All right.
Community pool.
So what you need to do is go to Desmos.com.
Where I go to Desmos?
Desmos.com. I would have this.
Is it the scientific?
No. Once you get to Desmos.com, just wait for a second. But I would have this bookmarked because you will be using this all throughout the year. Desmos is a resource, is the calculator that is going to be on your OST, and not just the scientific calculator, but the graphing calculator. So click on the graphing calculator. We're going to learn lots of cool things that we can do with this calculator throughout the year. One of them is including making these scatter plots and lines of best fit, but there's a lot more that you can do with these that will help you when you take your OST. So click on graphing calculator when you get there. Graphing calculator below. Click on graphing calculator. Then step 1 says to make a table. So to make a table in here for the first line, you're going to click on the plus tool where it says add item, and you're going to click on the table button. Then you're going to type in your data. So the first question is, okay, let me back up. Don't zoom out and zoom in. Just don't do it. I know it's tempting. Resist the urge to do it. If you've already done it, if you zoom out or zoom in, please click on the home button and then stop zooming out and zooming in. Don't drag it around. I will teach you how to set a window so that you don't need to do that. So click on the home button to get back to the start.
All
right. Now, what I would do if I were you is split your screen so that you have half of the screen is your Desmos, and the other half is your scatter plot.
Y'all don't know how to do that? How do you do that? Maybe your internet's slow because you have like 30 tabs.
My internet's not slow.
My internet's very slow.
All right.
Come on, guys.
So once you're there, you're going to type in, the first question is on length and speed of fish. So you're going to type in the length into X1 column and the speed into Y1 column. So 37.8, 19.2, 21.3. All of these numbers are in your worksheet, your Google worksheet. We're on part A. It's the table that has the fish. That's where I'm getting these numbers from. So don't just copy from the board. Look at yours to make sure that you're typing in. You know what you're. Okay, let me start from the beginning. You're going to click on the plus tool, add item at the top. And then click on table. There we go. And then exit out of the other thing that you have. Okay, and then 26.8. Then you're going to type in the speeds. So do you think that the faster the fish is, the longer the fish is, the faster it is?
No. Yeah. No, yeah. Have you ever seen a minnow race?
We will find out.
Exactly, because the minnow has to go.
Okay, then you can maximize it if you want, or you can leave it like a half screen. Okay, so we did step 1. We made a window. Step 2 says we made a table. Step 2 says to set your window. So this is how you set your window. Remember, don't just zoom out or try to drag it around. You need to set an appropriate window to your data. So you're going to click on this graph settings, the wrench, focus, the wrench at the top. Click on that. And then you can ignore the first 2 parts. The parts where it says x-axis and y-axis, those are the numbers we're going to change so that they match up with our data. So our x, the smallest number is 19.2, and the biggest number is 37.8. So we want our x, our domain, to be a little bit before and a little bit after that. So how about let's go from 15 to 40. That would be a little bit before and a little bit after. So 15 to 40. You should also, if you can, you should label, set an X label. So that would be length. Length. And then the Y label would be speed. Speed of the fish. Okay, and then what do you think our speed our range should be.
40 to 160.
40 to
150, 155.
Sure, let's do 40 to 155. Now, remember, don't zoom out or zoom in. Never at any point zoom out or zoom in or drag it around, because then it's going to get rid of the settings that you just made. Then click on the wrench tool again to get rid of that. And now you should be able to see all, 40 to 155. You should see all 5 points that you put in your table. If at any point you don't see what is up here, please let me know as soon as possible. Okay, next we're going to step 3. Step 3 is where we actually get the equation of the line of best fit. So we are going to type into the next part of the calculator, basically y equals mx plus b, but instead of the equals symbol, we're going to be using the tilde symbol, which is the little squiggle up on the top left corner of your keypad under the escape key and beside the 1. So we're also going to use y1 and x1 because we're going to tell the calculator to use the table, the x1 and the y1, the data that we typed into that table. So we're going to do y1. To type the y1, you don't need a subscript. You just type in 1 and it'll make it a subscript. Then the tilde button. Remember, don't use equals, use the tilde. That tells the calculator that it's giving it a command. It's saying to calculate something instead of just making an equation yourself. Like I said, it's at the top left corner of your...
You have to do shift. It's right there. You have to do shift.
Yeah, shift, tilde. And then mx1 plus b. It's called tilde, like tilda. Tilde. So mx1 plus b. A line should show up. It's okay if it's a different color. Y tilde mx1 plus b. Y1. No, just 1.
Oh, Y1.
Oh, yeah, sorry. mx1 plus b. Okay. Hang on just a second. I'm going to go through this next step and then we'll keep going. So next you're going to take a screenshot. So part of the reason why we're doing this on Google Docs is so that you can take a screenshot of your graph and put it in your document and have that as evidence for your work. So take a screenshot of your entire graph with the table and the equation part.
How do you screenshot? Control.
And then you will insert it. However you do that, insert it into your document.
Should I just make the whole screen? Yeah.
Sure, yeah. If you want to just do the whole screen, that's fine.
Yeah.
In the box for part A, underneath the table.
Got it.
This is what somebody else had to do. So try copy and pasting.
Bro, the homework thing not hard it is. Like, I don't know. I'm doing that and no, you watch the teeth, don't. What are you doing?
Okay, do you have your screenshotted?
Yes.
Next, you're going underneath of that in your Google Doc, you're going to write the equation using the M and the B they gave you. So if you notice, from looking at the Desmos graph, do you see below here? One of the things we didn't talk about, was back when we were talking about the types of correlation. Is that there's a value called R that's called the correlation coefficient, and this number tells you if the data is strongly correlated or if it has a weak correlation. So the closer it is to 1 or -1, that means it has a stronger correlation. So if it's positive correlation, the R value will be closer to 1. If it's a relatively no correlation, it will be closer to 0. And if it's negative correlation, the R value will be closer to -1. You might want to write that down in your Google Doc notes too. So for positive, R is closer to 1. For no correlation, it's closer to 0. Or weak correlation. For negative correlation, it's closer to -1. We will be talking about this. We'll be talking about this tomorrow more in the following days. And it can't be anything below -1 or after 1. It's between -1 and 1, always. Okay, so that puts a little bit more context into this number here that says R equals 0.8678. Do you see that number in your Desmos? So if that's closer to 1, that means it's a strong positive correlation. So this is strong positive. So they are correlated strongly. If it's negative, it would be negative correlation, right? Okay. But it's not. And then here it says M equals 4.7. That's the slope. And this gives you the y-intercept. So now we are going to write the equation using these two numbers and putting those in for M and B. Always round to 4 decimal places. Okay? So let's write the equation now. Right underneath of your screenshot. Okay, so you do y equals 4 decimal places, so 4.7360x, and then the b is minus 21.9685. These should be the numbers that show up on your Desmos. If they're not, please let me know, because that means you typed something in wrong. These numbers are on your Desmos. Do you see them?
Where? I'll see no why.
They're okay, yeah. You must have typed something in. Hang on. And then you're going to type in the R value. So you're going to say R equals 0.8678, which means a strong positive correlation. So if you look up here,
I got that.
Step 3 and step 4 says screenshot Y equals R equals. These are the things that you need to do for all 4 of the questions on the homework. All right, let me figure out where what you typed in wrong. Did you try doing the split screen?
Yeah. Correlation.
It's 26.2, not 26.3.
Oh.
And then here you don't have an M. There you go. Now it's the same.
Ooh.
All right. And then once you're done with that, you can move on to the next one. So let's start the next one. Does anybody need help on the first one? Yes. What you can also do if you're... No, it's not the homework. Part B. We're doing part B next about the fruit. So what you can also do is save these as you go. That way, in case like something gets deleted from your Google Doc, then you have it saved in Desmos. Did I tell you guys to sign in yet too? So up here, when you take your screenshots, you need to have your name included. So you need to be signed in. So log in, click the login button, and then just click on sign in with Google. And then your name should appear. No, you don't need to redo the first one. Okay. So let's repeat the same thing for the next one. Okay, we're doing the next one. Add item, table. Then start typing in the fiber into the X column. And then carbs into the Y.
Wow. So cool.
All right, are we working? Let's go. Did you start over?
No. Can I start at 0?
No, you have to start with what's in the table.
No.
Yeah. Yep, you can start at 0. Yep, you can delete them. Start over.
Should I go to 10 or 15?
I would go to 10. So 5, 4, 8, 2, 5, 2.
Should I go 10 to 30?
Yeah, 10 to 30 would be good. 22, 29, 18. That is fine.
Does it really matter?
As long as you're close.
I'm so confused.
Okay. So we're going to do fiber. I would go from 0 to 10 for X. And then to 5 to 35. Or you could do 10 to 40.
This is no correlation.
Or 10 to 30. No correlation at all?
No correlation. I don't quite see correlation.
Then you type Y1 tilde. Oops. MX1 plus B. So that says R equals 0.3. What does that mean? Strong or weak? Weak. It's weak because it's closer to 0 than it is to 1. You can also say moderate if it's close to 0.5. Yes. Hang on a second. My computer is about to die, so I want to make sure I get this. Oh, shoot. I just zoomed out on accident. All right. Well, I'm just gonna write down the equation part so you guys know what it's supposed to be. But please make sure that you finish the whole thing. And if your numbers don't match up,
What just happened?
9737 x plus 12.9474, and then the R value is 0.3. That is weak. Positive correlation. So no, not really. The amount of fiber in fruit and the fruit is, or fiber and carbs is not related. Yes. Hang on a second. I am going to stop this video.